भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for today's session on the glorious festival of Kartik month. Kartik month, entire month is a festival because every evening we gather together to offer lamps to Radha Krishna deities, Yashoda Damodar deities, and express our love to the lordships. So Kartik month gives us a wonderful opportunity to advance in spiritual life. In fact, uh, every single day gives us an opportunity to advance in spiritual life. But there are some very, very special days, festival days, like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Gaura Purnima, Nityananda Trayodashi, Narasimha Chaturdashi, Ramanavami. Like that, there are so many wonderful festivals in the Vedic calendar that give us some special opportunities to perform some extra devotional service and gather some extra blessings of the Lord. However, the fact is, whichever day, uh, when we worship the Lord, serve the Lord, and pray to the Lord with sincerity, irrespective of the day, the Lord's blessings will be showered upon us. But there are definitely some special occasions, and Kartik month marks a very special and auspicious uh, occasion for all of us. Of all the 12 months in the Vedic calendar, the month of Kartik is very special. This October, November time, where whole month we have so many festivals, and every day is like a festival where we gather for Damodar Ashtakam and Deepdan. Also, August, July, August. So that phase also is very auspicious, where we begin our festival season with Balram Jayanti, Jhulan Yatra, ending with Balram Jayanti, then Sri Krishna Janmashtami, then Radhashtami. That's like one festival season during the monsoon. And now this is another festival season that's coming. So it's all our great fortune to be able to celebrate these festivals. In the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Devatas praise the great fortune of the residents of Bharatavarsha. They say that Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga Nasadhavo Bhagavataastadashraya Nayatra Yagnesha Makha Mahotsava Suresha Loko Apinavaina Sevyatam Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, the place where the wonderful pastimes of the Supreme Lord are not being discussed, or the river of Krishna Katha is not flowing, that place is not worth living. That's one point. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga. Second, Nasadhavo Bhagavataastadashraya, the place where great sadhus who have taken shelter of the river of Krishna Katha are not residing. Or in short, the place where Vaishnava Sangha is not viable is not worth living. The place where Krishna Katha is not there, it's not worth living. The place where devotee association is not there, it's not worth living. Third point, Nayatra Yagnesha Makha, the place where great festivals worshipping the Supreme Lord are not being celebrated. the place where festivals like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Govardhan Puja, Gaur Purnima, and festivals, this is not worth living. In short, to put it in a positive note, what is a place which is worth Srila Prabhupada transformed seven uh, by inspiring the people there to perform these three things. Uh, he created an association of devotees. He inspired them to discuss the glories of the Lord and celebrate various festivals, Vaishnava festivals. Thus, he transformed so many places across the globe in into holy places, places worth living. Suresh loko pinavai sasevyata. The Devatas further say in the last line of the shloka that even if that place is the abode of the king of heaven, or even if it is Svargalok, it's not worth residing if there is no Krishna Katha, if there are no devotees, and if there are no festivals celebrated. So uh, that's the importance of Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, Vaishnav Sangha, and Vaishnav festivals. So festivals give us very special opportunity, just like in the mundane world, if you go to where they offer these things at a discounted price, some special offers where you spend less and get more. So these are all marketing strategies for some people, but some smart people will just utilize that opportunity and then get some commodities at a lesser price. But uh, a more positive and spiritual version of it is that in general, you perform devotional service on any day with sincerity, you will receive blessings. But on festival days, the Lord is extra merciful. On his birthday, the Lord is extra merciful. Or in some auspicious seasons, Krishna is extra merciful. So we can perform extra devotional service in those days and grab more mercy. Of all the 12 months in the Vedic calendar, this month of Kartik is very special. This month is called Damodar month because during this month, Yashoda Mata tied Krishna's belly with the rope of her love. Since then, Yashoda Mata is, since then, Krishna is called Damodar. Dama means rope, Udara means belly. So, because Mother Yashoda bound Krishna's belly with a rope, he is called Damodar. And this month is called Damodar month. Damodar is the name of Krishna. And this Kartika is one of the names of Srimati Radharani. Now, this Kartik month has two names representing Radha and Krishna. And when we perform devotional service in this month, during this month, we get extra blessings of Radha and Krishna. So it's like absorbing the unique honey-like blend of the names of Radha and Krishna. This month offers sadhakas very special opportunities for spiritual advancement, even with little devotional service. So, and Sharat Purnima marks the beginning of, or I would say, just one day before Kartik month, Sharat Purnima comes. Sharat Purnima concludes this month, and then Kartik month begins the next morning. So, Sharat Purnima is very special day uh, in Krishna Leela because on this day, the Supreme Lord Krishna performed his rasa dance. He was 8 years old at that time. He went under the Vamshivat in Vrindavan forest and he started playing his flute to attract all the gopis of Vrindavan. All the gopis, they abandoned all their activities, all their duties, whatever they may be doing, and they ran to meet Krishna, to serve Krishna, to be with Krishna. Pati sutanvayad bhratrubandhava अतिविलङ्घ्यते न्यच्युतागता वीरस्तवोऽधीतमोहिता हितवयोषितः कस्य जेन्निषि. Pati, Suta, Bhratru, Bandhava, their husbands, their children, their brothers, their fathers, their parents, their family members. Basically, these ladies, these gopis of Vrindavan abandoned everything and they ran to meet Krishna in Vrindavan Dham, in the Vrindavan forest, in the middle of the night. So Krishna asked them, why did you come here? This is in the middle of the night and this is a forest. So many ferocious animals are there. You are simple village girls. Are you not afraid? Why did you come here? It's Krishna who called them, but he is intelligently asking, uh, why did you come? And he also says, it's not proper for you to come. It's a very dangerous place. And your family members must be waiting for you. You should go back. Then the gopis become very upset and angry with Krishna and they chastised Krishna. Itavayoshitaha kastyajin nishi. You only called us and you are asking why did we come here? What's happening? Then Krishna smiled, and to cut the long story short, Krishna performed rasa dance with all these gopis. Mm. So that's one event uh, that happened on Sharat Purnima night, and the next day onwards, Kartik month begins. Sharat Purnima also did not come yet. We are going to celebrate very soon. So many times people in this material world think or say that uh, it's a mundane affair, immoral affair. The Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna dancing with the gopis of Vrindavan is inappropriate. Many people say like that, but they don't understand the divinity of Krishna's Madhurya pastimes. There is absolutely no trace of mundane lust in this. It's pure display of spiritual love. There's no trace of mundane lust here in this rasa dance because Krishna is 8 years old boy. An 8-year-old boy when he plays with some girls, is there any objection? No, by anybody? There's because he is very small, and on top of it, uh, Krishna did not have material body. The gopis did not have material body. In their spiritual bodies, they're dancing and they're spending time with each other. They're having different pastimes because they are in spiritual bodies. It's not mundane material lust. And further, who are these gopis? They are the personification of Krishna's internal energy. Krishna is Shaktiman, the possessor of all energies. And the personification of Krishna's spiritual energy, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis are Radharani's expansions. Prabhupada gives this example. Actually, Bhagavatam itself gives this example. When a small child goes in front of a mirror and starts playing with his own reflection in the mirror, is there anyone who can object this? Is the child looting somebody's property or enjoying someone else's assets? No, he is playing with his reflection. Similarly, all the gopis of Vrindavan are also are like reflections of Krishna. They're personification of Krishna's potency. When Krishna is playing with the gopis, it's like a small child playing with his own reflection. Or the energetic person is using his own energy, enjoying with his own energy. That's what is happening. Actually, gopis and Krishna, Srimati Radharani and Krishna are non-different from each other. Thus, one can never say that the spiritual Madhurya pastimes of Krishna with the gopis is mundane. So, and after this Rasa Krida, then this Kartik month begins, and Kartik month has so many wonderful um, festivals. As we discussed before, uh, this Kartik month is very dear to Radha and Krishna. In fact, Kartik is one of the names of Radharani, and Damodar is one of the names of Krishna. This Damodar month or Kartika month uh, gives us profuse opportunities to worship Srimati Radharani and Krishna together and chant the names of the Lord. We can chant sincerely, and if we have bandwidth, we can chant some extra rounds also to be able to gain the Lord's mercy more. There's a beautiful shloka. Radheti nama navasundara sidhumugdham Krishneti nama madhuradbhuta gadha dugdham Sarvakshanam surabhiraga himena ramyam Kritva tadaiva pibame rasanekshudarte Radheti nama navasundara sidhumugdham. The name of Shrimati Radharani is like Nava Sundara Sidhu Mugdham. It's like very extremely fresh, beautiful, uh, special nectar, Sidhu, condensed nectar. And what is Krishna's name? Krishneti Nama Madhura Adbhuta Gadha Dugdham. Dugdha is milk. Gadha Dugdha is condensed milk. Madhuradbhuta Gadha Dugdham means extremely wonderful condensed milk. That is Krishna's name. Radharani's name is like very fresh nectar, and Krishna's name is like condensed, sweet condensed milk. So combination of nectar and milk is Radha Krishna name. Sarvakshanam surabhiraga himena ramyam. Now you are bringing this sweet nectar and tasty milk together to make some kheer. Right? Radha's name is like nectar, sweet nectar, and Krishna's name is like condensed milk. You are bringing it together, bringing them together to have to have some kheer. Now you add your enthusiasm there. Sarvakshanam surabhiraya himena ramyam. You become enthusiastic to chant the names of Radha and Krishna. That enthusiasm, that eagerness, that love and that devotion that you have to chant Radha Krishna names is like himena ramyam. It's like cool hima, ice. So sweet rice, when it is taken cold, it has a special flavor, chilled or cold sweet rice. So you add your enthusiasm, the ice of your enthusiasm into it. Then kritva tadaiva pibame rasane kshudarthe. This nectarian beverage, that's a combination of Radha's name and Krishna's name and your enthusiasm. It's like combination of sweet nectar, condensed milk, and ice. So that will quench the thirst of your tongue. So this is how this shloka enthuses us to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra more and more enthusiastically with more love and devotion. So Kartik month represents or attracts special blessings of Radha and Krishna. So we can chant the holy names of the Lord with even more devotion. So one of the most prominent festivals in Kartik month is Deepavali. Deepavali is Deepa Avali, a row of beautiful bright lamps, also called Diwali. So it's a festival of lamps. Now, what is the significance of this wonderful festival? It was on dark moon night, Amavasya. Then on Diwali day, which is like uh, the where the night is completely filled with darkness, devotees lit their lamps. Innumerous earthen lamps. These lamps dispel the cold and the darkness. Right? The lamps dispel the cold and darkness both outside and inside our hearts. So on this day, the deities are very pleasingly dressed while uh, while devotees put some rangolis on the floors. So deities are nicely dressed and nicely decorated with beautiful lamps, ghee lamps. So this lamp represents knowledge. The darkness represents ignorance. Just like a lamp destroys the darkness in your home, the lamp of knowledge, the lamp of uh, wisdom coming from Krishna's teachings, when we hear Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, that destroys the darkness of ignorance in our hearts. That's the power of Diwali lamp. That's what lamp represents. So when you're lighting a lamp in your home, Diwali lamp in your home, it's like lighting the lamp of knowledge in your heart to destroy the ignorance. And also when you're offering a lamp to the Supreme Lord Krishna, that lamp represents the love of your heart. You are trying to offer your love to Krishna. Offer your heart to Krishna. Offer yourself to Krishna. Krishna, I belong to you. So I'm offering this lamp to you. thinking or considering that this lamp is a representation of my love, my service attitude, and I belong to you. Please engage me in your service. So that's an expression of love. Now, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andhakar. Maya is like darkness, and Krishna is like sun. So wherever sun is there, darkness cannot exist. Similarly, wherever the illuminating sun of knowledge about Krishna is there, ignorance cannot exist. So Krishna dispels the darkness with the Gnana Deepa. Aham Agnanajam Tamaha Nashayami Atma Bhavasto Gnana Deepena Bhasvata. So Krishna lights the lamp of knowledge within our hearts, and he can completely destroy our ignorance. One wonderful pastime that happened on Diwali day is the most popular Damodar Leela. And just to describe Damodar Leela sufficiently, we may need several hours. Hmm. But I'll just describe Damodar Leela very briefly in few minutes, because we also want to discuss the significance of other festivals during this season, during this month. So Damodar Leela is very, very special because of various reasons. I will not be describing the Leela very elaborately, as I said, but essentially this Damodar Leela signifies how much the Lord loves his devotees and how much the devotees love the Lord. Devotees love the Lord so much that they bind the Lord with the rope of their love. And Krishna loves his devotees so much that he agrees to be bound by his devotees completely. So Yashoda Mata, with the rope of her love, decided to bind Krishna because Krishna is doing some mischief. Uh, Early in the morning, Mother Yashoda just got up. Kshaumam vasaha pruthukatate bibhrati sutranadham putra snehasnuta kuchayugam jatakam pamcha subhrum rajvakarshashrama bhujachalat kankanau kundale cha svinnam vaktram kabara vigalan malati nirvamantha. Kshaumam vasaha pruthukatate means Yashoda Mother just wore a saffronish yellow sari. And early in the morning on Diwali day, she was churning butter for Krishna because Krishna is going to different homes and stealing butter. And Yashoda Mother was thinking that maybe I am not providing sufficient butter to Krishna or tasty butter to Krishna in my home. That's why he is going to different homes and then stealing butter. I must provide proper butter. Maybe my servant maids are not preparing sufficient uh, butter or good quality butter. So let me do it personally. So she personally started churning butter. So much of hard work she's doing. As she was churning butter, her bangles were making sound like kartals. And the rotating churning rod in the butter pot is making sound like mridanga. And she is personally singing the glories of Krishna, the sweet pastimes of her son. So this is a wonderful musical performance. Then Krishna got up from his sleep, came to Mother Yashoda, and started drinking her milk. And to cut the long story short, Yashoda Mata kept Krishna aside and ran away. She went into the kitchen to protect that little Padmagandha milk that was spilling over. But Krishna became angry. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nasanamatmanah kamah krodhastatha lobhah tasmadetattrayam tyajet. Trividham narakasyedam. There are three gateways to hell. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Kama is desire, Krodha is anger, Lobha is greed. But Krishna exhibited these three qualities. Kama, he became Stanyakama. He was desirous of Mother Yashoda's milk. Krodha, he became very angry when Yashoda Mata kept him aside, depriving him of that milk. Lobha, he became very greedy for her milk and butter. So he broke a pot. He just, although Mother Yashoda is working so hard to make butter for him only, he's breaking the pot. So much mischief. And all the contents of the pot were flowing all over the floor. And Krishna ran to another room, stole some butter, the yesterday's butter, and then started distributing that butter to monkeys. And Yashoda Mata wanted to punish Krishna. She took a stick and then chased Krishna. And Krishna went to all the streets of Vrindavan. making Mother Yashoda run behind him. And finally, Yashoda Mata caught him and wanted to bind him. And Krishna did not want to get bound. But Mother Yashoda was very determined to bind. Every time she's trying to bind Krishna with a rope, the rope was falling 2 fingers short. दृष्ट्वा परिश्रमं कृष्ण कृपयासीत् स्वबन्धने. Drishtva Parishramam Krishna. Yashoda Mata is doing so much of Parishram. She was perspiring. Already she got up so early in the morning, and she did so much of hard work by churning butter. And Krishna created more mischief. And Krishna made her run so much behind him. So how much she gets tired, right? She got tired. She was perspiring, and she is determined to bind Krishna because Krishna is very mischievous. So Krishna became kind, compassionate. Kripaya, because of his Kripa Shakti, Yashodamata was able to bind Krishna finally. After this, uh, Yashodamata was successful enough to bind Krishna, and there are so many other insights. But the main point here is Krishna did not want to get bound, but because Mother Yashoda wanted to bind him, Krishna surrendered. Let me surrender to Mother Yashoda's will. This is the quality of Krishna, to be the love of his devotees, to be controlled, captivated, and captured, and become subordinate to the love of his devotees and surrender his independence to their devotees, his devotees. Darshayam stadvidam loka atmano bhrityavashyatam vrajasyo vaiharsham bhagavan alacheshtitaihim. Darshayam stadvidam loka. Krishna wanted to give darshan. Krishna wanted to reveal to everybody what he wants to reveal, his own quality, that he is bound by his devotees. Atmano bhritya vashyatam. Atmano bhritya vashyatam. Bhritya means a servant. Vashyata means Krishna will come under the control of servant. There is one quality of Krishna called Bhakta Vatsalyata. Bhakta Vatsalyata means the Lord has affection towards his devotees. The Lord is here and the devotee is here. The Lord is showing affection from above. That is Bhakta Vatsalyata. Bhakta Vashyata means the devotee is here, the Lord is here. The Lord comes under the control of his devotees. There's the difference. Bhakta Vatsalyata is the Lord is showing affection towards devotees. Bhakta Vashyata means the Lord is coming under the control of his devotees. Devotee goes above the Lord. Prabhupada writes in purport that even for argument's sake, you agree that this Mayavadis become one with Krishna. Devotees are greater than Krishna. Even then we are superior. Devotees are greater than Krishna. Yashodamata bound Krishna's belly and she brought the entire universe under her control, because within this belly of Krishna there is entire universe. Just some time back, just in the previous chapter of 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Krishna showed entire universe within his belly to Mother Yashoda, right? So Yashodamata tied that belly and brought the entire universe under her control. Krishna is Jagannatha, and Yashoda Mata is the Mata of Jagannatha. So that is her divine position. Namaste Studamne Sphuraditi Damne Tvadiyodharayatha Vishwasya Dhamne Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Anantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Our Satyavrata Muni is offering obeisances even to the belly of Krishna and the rope of Krishna, and reminding Krishna of his favorite Rasa Leela and Radharani, and begging for his blessings. Namaste stu Dhamne Spuradipti Dhamne Tvadiyodharayatha Vishwasya Dhamne. So this is one beautiful Leela that happened during the Kartik month, where Yashodamata bound Krishna. Then he became Damodar. You know why Yashodamata is called Yashoda? Yash means glory, fame, kirti. Yashoda means one who gives kirti, one who gives yash or fame. So Yashoda Mata gave fame to Krishna, increased the reputation of Krishna. That's what Yashodamata did. What kind of reputation, what kind of yash or fame did Yashodamata give to Krishna? The fame that Krishna is controlled by his devotees. Yashodamata made Krishna famous as Damodar. Who is Damodar? One who is bound by the love of his devotees. That is Damodar. Yashodamata made Krishna famous as Damodar, famous as someone who has a tendency to be controlled by his devotees. So that's one wonderful pastime that happened during the Kartik month. Another beautiful pastime that happened during Kartik month is the Govardhan Puja. Once Indra, the king of heaven, becomes so proud and arrogant, he was very proud. And one day Krishna noticed that the Vrajavasis headed by Nanda Maharaj were making some special preparations for some puja. Then Krishna went and asked Nanda Maharaj, what are you doing? What kind of puja are you doing? Then Nanda Maharaj said, my dear child, you don't understand all this, go and play. uh, he didn't say exactly like that, but he was not revealing what's, what was he doing. Then Krishna said, no, you cannot keep any secrets in front of family members. Nanda Maharaj, I'm your son, you should reveal everything to me. Nanda Maharaj was thinking that what can small child understand? He may not be able to understand much. But Krishna insisted, I want to know. Then finally Nanda Maharaj said, fine, I'll tell you. This is called Indra Puja. Traditionally, we are doing this puja. Why? Because we are uh, very grateful to Indra for providing us rains. Rains will help us get grains, and grains are required for our survival. And we are obliged to Indra, so we are worshipping him. Annually, we worship him. Then Krishna speaks some karma mimamsa philosophy, which he is never convinced about, which Brajvasis also never understood. But somehow Krishna spoke that karma mimamsa philosophy to convince the Vrajavasis to abandon the worship of Indra and worship Govardhan instead. Why he spoke karma mimamsa philosophy? There are some philosophers who say that work is everything. If you do good work, you don't have to depend on anybody. No need of worship, anything like that. So Krishna said, you just do your work. You are doing agriculture and you are producing grains. What is Indra's role here? You don't have to offer any gratitude. So, and also Krishna felt that my eternal associates, the Vrajavasis, Nanda Maharaj, Yashodamat, and all these wonderful Vrajavasis, they are not supposed to worship uh, a devata, Indra, that to an arrogant, proud king of heaven, Indra. Why should they worship the eternal my eternal associate? Why should we worship some devata in the heavenly planets who is just a post? So he stopped that worship and he encouraged them to worship Govardhan. And why Govardhan? Because Govardhan is very dear to Krishna, very dear to Srimati Radharani also. Govardhan is facilitating so many pastimes of pastimes of Radha, Krishna, and all the gopis and gopas and the cows and calves. Hantaya Madrirabala Haridasavaryo Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayoryat Paniyasuyavasakam Darakandamulai Rabala Haridasavaryo. Once Srimati Radharani herself glorified Giridas Govardhan. This great Govardhan mountain is very special. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha. This Govardhan mountain is the best of all servants of Lord Hari. And Govardhan becomes ecstatic just by the touch of the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha. Manam Tanoti. This Govardhan mountain gives so much of respect to uh, to Krishna and Balaram. Sahago Ganayostayoryat, along with the Gopas and the Gopis, and along with the cows. See, our respect for Krishna should not be only for Krishna. We should also respect the devotees of Krishna. That's then respect is complete. Anyways, uh, she says that Paniya Suyavasa Kandara Kandamulaihi. Govardhan offers paniya, means water and different liquid substances for Krishna's pastimes and Krishna's associates. Suyavasa, Govardhan also provides special grasses for the cows of Vrindavan. And all these grasses nourish the cows. In fact, Govardhan is called Govardhan because Govardhan helps in the nourishment of cows. Govardhan increases the cows. Govardhan, uh, Govardhan nourishes and yeah, nourishes the cows. Govardhan. Paniya Suyavasa Kandara. Govardhan mountain also has so many caves. And in these caves, Krishna performs wonderful pastimes. Whenever it is very hot outside, Krishna and the Gopas would enter these caves to get some cooling effect, AC effect. And whenever it is cold outside, the caves of Govardhan give some warmth to Krishna and the Gopas. In this way, in various ways, Govardhan mountain renders services by offering fruits and roots, Kandamulai. So Krishna suggested that let us worship Govardhan mountain. Brajavasis never worshipped mountains, but Krishna is proposing, so they have accepted. Whatever pleases Krishna, the Brajavasis do. They don't want to do anything else. So Brajavasis simply began their worship of Govardhan. They circumambulated Govardhan. They offered hundreds and thousands of wonderful food items to Govardhan. And Krishna manifested on top of Govardhan in a four-handed form. And by extending his hands, he devoured all this food that these Gopas and Gopis have lovingly offered. And he said, Aniyor, I want more. I want more food. Then Brajavasis could not offer much because whatever they had, they offered, whatever they prepared. So then Krishna told the Gopis, you can just offer Govardhan a tulsi leaf, he'll be happy. Then the Gopis offered tulsi leaf to Giriraj Govardhan. Then Govardhan became very happy and manifested all the food that he has eaten again back in the plate. So uh, then all the Vrajavasis felt that we have been worshipping Indra since long, long time. But Indra never came in front of us. Indra never appeared before us. But first time we worshipped Govardhan and Govardhan manifested in front of us and ate our offerings, spoke to us also, heard our prayers also. All the devotees, Vrajavasis prayed for Krishna's welfare. Nanda Maharaj is praying, oh Giriraj Govardhan, please uh, let Krishna and Balram be happy always. And Govardhan festival, Govardhan Puja has been the best of all the festivals that the Vrajavasis ever had. And Krishna also suggested that you worship cows. Do Gopuja also. Gopuja and Govardhan Puja, you should do both. And there are thousands and millions of cows in Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan. So, how many cows will they worship? They selected one cow as a representative of all cows and they worshipped that cow. Uh, so, in this way, Giriraj Govardhan was worshipped with great love and affection by the Brajavasis. And after this, uh, Indra became very furious. Indra started criticizing Krishna. Indra started criticizing all the Brajavasis. He said that Vachalam, Balisham, Stabdham, Murkham, Panditamaninam. This Krishna is a very talkative little child, thinking that he's very intelligent, but actually he's a murkha, he's very foolish, he's childish. Uh, and he is suggesting to abandon Devata worship and worship some hill. And these foolish Vrajavasis are accepting that the words of Krishna and abandoning my worship. They are doing Deva Helanam. They are insulting the great Devatas. Is this appropriate? So Indra criticized Vrajavasis uh, so violently and he called Samvartaka clouds. Samvartaka clouds are those clouds that help in, in the universal destruction. When the right time comes, the entire universe has to be destroyed, then Samvartaka clouds come there. And Indra, out of his false ego, he employed great Samvartaka clouds just to destroy one village on the earth planet. Just like Ashwathama released an entire Brahmastra just to protect his own life. Brahmastra can destroy the entire universe, but just to protect his own life, he released the Brahmastra, Ashwatthama. Similarly, Indra, because of his false ego, just to protect his sense of honor, just because he's disappointed that he was not worshipped, he released Samvartaka clouds to destroy entire Vrindavan. So this is the mentality of egoistic people, proud people. When there is false ego, when there is a tendency to be self-centric, self-obsessed, self-infatuated, then people just lose common sense. Our Vaishnava culture teaches us to be humble and to be tolerant and to respect everyone and not to be eager to receive respect from others. That's what our Vaishnava Siddhanta teaches us. Trinadapi sunichena taro rapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi. But Indra is behaving exactly opposite. He's a devotee of Krishna, by the way. Although he's a devotee of Krishna, he's behaving totally opposite. He is expecting respect. He's not only expecting respect, he's getting upset when he did not receive respect. Not just getting upset, he wanted to destroy those people who did not offer him respect. Totally opposite to Vaishnava culture. Totally opposite to Trinadapi Svinicena, Amanina Manadena principle. How can he do Kirtane Sadaharihi? As long as we have expectation or desire to be honored by others, we cannot constantly chant Krishna's names. Who can constantly chant Krishna's names? One who doesn't desire respect from others, one who is willing to offer respects to everyone else. Ranadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina, Manadena. Only when we have four qualities, we will be able to do Kirtaniya Sadaharihi. Constant chanting of the holy names of the Lord is possible by humility, by respect, by tolerance, by not hankering to be honored by others. So Indra just could not uh, control his mind, control himself. So he created a devastating rainfall. Because he was a bad leader, he was using his subordinates in destructive activities. Samvartaka clouds or the wind gods never wanted to destroy Vrindavan. But because they're obliged to be subordinate to Indra, they are obliged to follow the instructions of Indra because Indra is their king. They did it. Hmm. Unfortunate are those people who have such bad masters, who have uh, such egoistic bosses. So Indra was very egoistic, very proud at this moment. He's generally a devotee, but now he's in a poor consciousness. So all these Samarthaka clouds are showering thick pillars of like many demons came and attacked Krishna in Vrindavan. But most of them were targeting Krishna only. They disturbed the Vrajavasis to some degree, maybe few minutes, and Krishna came and killed them. That's all. Hardly few minutes affair for Krishna to destroy them. But Indra tried to kill all the Vrajavasis, not just attacking Krishna. And he tried for one full week, 7 by 24, not just few minutes. Like Keshidevan came, fought with Krishna, and in just few minutes or maybe a couple of hours, Keshi is gone. Arishasur came, there's one little fight in the evening, Arishasur died. Then who else? Vatsasur, he just came and joined the calves, the group of calves, and Krishna picked up and then twirled him around and threw him. Just 2-3 minutes, done. Matter closed. Vyomasur came, and Vyomasur just simply was stealing. He was participating in a game. He was playing the role of a thief, and some little Gopa boys were playing the roles of some cowherd. They are playing the roles of sheep, and Vyomasur is stealing them and hiding them in a cave. And Krishna went and then released all the boys from the cave and killed Vyamasura. How long Vyamasura troubled the Brajavasis? Only for a few minutes till the game ends, till the game ended. That too, he did not kill anybody. He just hid them in a cave and Krishna released them. But Indra, my God, Indra created a havoc in Vrindavan. He wanted to destroy entire spiritual ambience of Vrindavan, along with all the cows and the calves and the buffaloes and bulls and peacocks and monkeys and gopas and gopis and everybody. No demon has created as much havoc in Vrindavan as much as Indra did. The disturbance or the destruction created by Indra is much more severe than all the other demons put together, isn't it? What does it mean? When a devotee is not in proper consciousness, such a devotee can create greater disturbance in a Vaishnava society than an outsider. Outsider may create some disturbance to the Vaishnava community, but within the community, spiritual community only, if some people are not in proper consciousness, they're egoistic or they're arrogant or whatever, they create greater disturbance, much greater disturbance. So, as practicing devotees, as practitioners of Krishna consciousness, we are supposed to maintain our good consciousness. And if someone else is not in proper consciousness, we should help them to come to right consciousness. But if we ourselves are not in proper consciousness, Vaishnava etiquette, what is proper consciousness? Cultivating humility, cultivating tolerance, be respectful to all the devotees, be grateful for the opportunities that we receive to serve the Lord. So these are some qualities, core Vaishnava qualities that we need to cultivate. But when these qualities are not cultivated, uh, if you are just be running behind accomplishments and achievements and doing this, doing that, without cultivating these core Vaishnava qualities, how can you please Krishna? Krishna is pleased with those who have all these qualities. You can read Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita. In the last 8 shlokas, Krishna reveals what makes us dear to Him. Is it our accomplishments, big services, big projects? Yes, we have to do all of them. Definitely, nothing wrong in it. But in right consciousness, while maintaining spiritual culture, Vaishnava culture, that's more important than all other things. So in this way, we see that uh, Indra created havoc. Right? Krishna lifted Govardhan mountain, protected the Vrajavasis from Indra's wrath. I'm sorry, I'm getting into the deeper details of Govardhan Leela. We can discuss some other time. But this is how Govardhan Puja ended. And after that, within 1 week, Krishna humbled Indra and and Indra came and begged forgiveness. So this Govardhan Puja is another wonderful festival that happened during Kartik month. Then one more festival, exciting festival, Gopashtami. Gopashtami is a special occasion where uh, we find this in Kartik Mahatmya section of the Padma Puran. Uh, Gopashtami is that day when Krishna first began to tend the calves, when he was hardly 3 years old. So he was hardly 3 years old, and Krishna was given the charge of little calves. He would take these little calves to the forest, nearby forest, along with other boys, and he would spend a whole day there and then come back. So that's the day where Krishna began his Leela. Then Srimati Radharani also wanted to join Krishna. But go ahead, girls don't go for this grazing, pasturing grounds along with the cows and calves. They serve the cows at home, and this Gopa serve the cows in the forest. So the Gopa, Radharani also wanted to go. So she got an idea. Krishna's friend Subal looks exactly like Radharani. Their faces are similar, and they're children at that time. So uh, there is a resemblance. So Radharani dressed herself like Subala with a turban, with boys' clothes, and held a little calf in her hand, and she also joined Krishna. So this is what happened in on Gopashtami day. So this is another beautiful festival, and many other festivals are there. Um, I think these are some festivals. Basically, when we are celebrating this Kartik festivals, we need to remember that this month is very dear to Srimati Radharani. This month is very dear to Krishna Damodar, and let us try to uh, uh, be in the right consciousness and become dear to Radha and Krishna by performing the services and sadhana, or parikramas or deepdana or whatever we are doing. Let's try to do it in a with an intention to please Radha and Krishna, and we become very dear to them. We become an object of their mercy, their grace, when we do things in the right kind of consciousness. And one more thing is that uh, every day we can sing Damodar Ashtakam. We have to sing Damodar Ashtakam. That gives us very, very special opportunity to come closer to Krishna's heart when we chant Damodar Ashtakam every day during this Kartik month. So these are a few glories of Kartik month, few major festivals that happened during Kartik month, and some lessons from the pastimes that happened during Kartik. So with this, I'll conclude. I spoke almost an hour. Thank you very much. Prithra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions or comments? Shall we conclude now? If there are no questions.
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Um, just now you said about Indra's story. So, if you have someone similar to that, and someone is subordinate to you or working under you, if that person misbehaves with you, doesn't do what you ask to do or something, and doing it continuously, then if we are getting angry and agitated, is that wrong?
If
If
somebody is
if
doing
I
a
come,
mistake, and if
like,
huh?
we are not able to being calm in
If
that
somebody,
situation.
that's fine. When somebody is doing a mistake, and if you're in a responsible position to correct them, and you're getting affected, then you can definitely give them the necessary feedback, do the necessary communication. If it is small inconvenience, you can tolerate. You can just ignore and excuse the person. If it is something major, then you have to protect yourself. You have to correct the other person. So giving a feedback to someone who has done a grave mistake is perfectly bona fide. In fact, it's a required thing. It's a service also. So no need to hesitate. That's what Krishna did also. Because Indra is very arrogant. Krishna did not just tolerate, oh, I have to tolerate, I have to forgive, I have to excuse. No. Indra Puja is cancelled. Not just for that 1 year, permanently cancelled. Even after 5,000 years now also, you are not doing Indra Puja, right? No more Indra Puja. Permanently cancelled. Permanently you can worship Govardhan. So when somebody is very arrogant and proud and he did some mistake, then definitely you need to do the needful. First tolerate if it is very small mistake. Then communicate. And if communication is also not working, then punishment. Any other question or comment?
There is a question in the chat, Prabhuji.
Any other vows we can keep for Kartik, which helps in? One thing you can do is uh, chant some extra rounds. Because in Kali Yuga, the best process of attaining Krishna is to chant the names of the Lord. And there may be many other vows. Some devotees take only 1 meal in a day, or they do some Bhishma Panchak also. Many other things are there. But apart from all that, depending on your bandwidth, you can do. Sometimes if your health doesn't permit, you may not be able to do all that. Uh, Dham darshans people do, parikramas they do. Uh, so they may do so many other different aspects of sadhana. But I would say the core uh, elements of bhakti are Shravanam and Kirtanam. If you can chant more rounds, if you can hear more Harikatha, and if you can spend more time in Shravanam and Kirtanam during this month, and do whatever service you can do, that would be nice. That's all I can say. Apart from other austerities that you want to, other vows that you want to take, you can take guidance from many other devotees and you can have your own preferences. But there are some physical constraints. Somebody may not be able to go to Dham. Somebody may not be able to do this Bhishma Panchak because of their health reasons. But chanting extra rounds, hearing Harikatha more, studying Bhagavatam, so this can be easily done. So extra Sravanam Kirtanam. Hare Krishna. Any other? Hare Krishna. Premanjali Mataji, have a question?
Uh, I saw Upasana trying to unmute herself. Upasana, you want to ask something? If you have a question, please ask. Unmute yourself and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. You just told that Krishna was born from Mother Yashoda's womb, right? When, like, but we know that he was born from Devaki's womb and then he transferred to Gokul.
Hmm.
So, would you please clarify this?
Krishna was simultaneously born as the son of Devaki and as the son of Mother Yashoda. He was born in a four-handed form in Kamsa's prison cell to Devaki and Vasudeva, and he was born in a two-handed form to Yashoda and Nanda in Gokul. And Vasudeva, when he brought this Krishna, his Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna, all the way from Mathura to Gokul, and made him lie down next to Mother Yashoda, then both Krishnas merged into one. So that is the birth secret of Krishna.
Okay, so
Jaya,
the Yogmaya who was born there in Gokul, at that time it says so.
Yashoda Mata gave birth to one boy and one girl. The boy is Krishna and the girl is Yogamaya.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I really like that point about that Indra pastime, where you mentioned that if a devotee is not in proper consciousness, they can create more disturbance than the demon from outside.
Correct.
So I was just wondering that in Krishna's Leela, Krishna is personally present and he teaches all these arrogant devotees a lesson. But in today's world, in Kali Yuga, we have so many such, you know, arrogant and mentally, that devotees who are not in proper consciousness, who are creating so much havoc towards, our mission and towards the pure devotees. So, I mean, where's the hope? Like, Krishna is not personally here to just go and
Yeah,
just go
Krishna
and kill.
doesn't come for small, silly reasons. He'll come directly at the end of Kali Yuga as Kalki to do the needful. For every small problem, you'll not call the Prime Minister, right? So, therefore, Krishna.
No, sometimes the problems are more big, like it's not small. If it is someone is causing some offense towards the pure devotees or towards ISKCON, like within ISKCON also we have people who cause trouble inside ISKCON.
Yes,
So
yes.
nobody is doing
Must
anything
be,
about it.
it's the responsibility of the leaders or managers to ensure that they don't happen or punish or take the necessary action when they happen. So yeah, devotees need to be little alert in rectifying those situations. And yes, we have devotees who are overseeing certain things. Small mistakes can be excused, but something major that needs to be corrected, appropriate action has to be taken with compassion. Because Indra, although he did mistake, ultimately is a devotee. So Krishna cancelled his puja, but he did not take away his post. He did not take away his service. He continue your service, but no more puja for you. So privileges are taken, service is kept. So sometimes when somebody is not in proper consciousness, we may have to give them the necessary correction, because of which their consciousness is corrupted, and allow them to do service. As long as the service, their doing of service is proper. So Indra, as provider of rains, as a king of heaven, he's doing good service. But the problem with him is he became arrogant. What was the reason for arrogant? He is getting worship for his service. Then Krishna kept the service and removed the worship. And because worship is removed, arrogance is also removed. And only service is kept so that he can continue his service. So whatever is unpleasant, whichever limb is not functioning well or corrupted, he can remove it. If somebody goes to dentist, so some tooth is little decayed, the decay is removed, and other teeth is not removed. That's kept intact, right? So similarly, whatever is unpleasant in the personality of a devotee, in the activity or in the character of a devotee, that has to be treated. But rest of the personality is something good. So if somebody did a lot of good service, he did one mistake. Well, correct that one mistake, or take necessary action for that one mistake, but don't forget all the good service the devotee has done. That's the balance. So when we go to extremes while being strict with others, if we go to extremes, if we don't show sensitivity, then it will not encourage the other devotee to come to the right path. So our strictness must always be balanced with sensitivity. Sensitivity plus strictness. Strictness is required, but at the same time, we want the devotee to flourish. Although we want to punish them for the mistake they have committed, but ultimately we want their spiritual welfare. So devotee's punishment is not rejection, it's rectification. If punishment is given in the mode of rejection, that will not lead to transformation. But if punishment is given in the mode of rectification, then it will lead to repentance and purification of the heart. Does it make sense, Mataji?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll meet another time, whenever. Hare Krishna. Pranam.